Alright, well guys, guess what? You know what time it is. So, in this video, I'm going to go ahead and show you what you're going to do when you get ready to hook a bowling ball. A lot of people have been inquiring about this. I've watched the analytics, I know what you guys are checking out, and it's how to hook a bowling ball. So, when it comes to these things, if you're going to be throwing no thumb, you've got to remember you've got to be able to snap your wrist like that without getting a little crazy on it, kind of like that. As far as the pressure point when you're bowling with your thumb, you've got to keep in mind pressure is actually on the inside of your thumb here, not the tip, okay? And that's how you're able to grip the ball, grip it in here, and so when you release and your thumb comes out nice and smoothly, okay? So I'm gonna take a couple of throws in this setup and just kind of show you what I'm talking about. Alright, so when you're getting ready to do this, start off at the foul line right here and get ready to throw, okay? And when you throw, make sure you bend your elbow for this, okay? So, because you want to be able to release like that, okay? Try to keep these fingers under what they call the midline of the ball. The midline is right here, halfway into the ball, okay? So you're literally going to throw and just like that. And then your ball will curve down the lane and you'll start hooking your bowling ball, and then you can just go ahead and perfect it. So I'll flip the camera around and I'll show you what I'm talking about when the ball gets released down lane. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. See how that ball started hooking down the lane? And that's because when I released it, I pushed into the ball using my elbow and my wrist together in that motion, and then released the ball. And if you noticed in the video, it had a counter spin to it. That's what you want. Okay, so there's one important fact you need to remember when you're learning to throw with your thumb in the ball. You're not trying to throw down the lane as fast as you can. You're trying to perfect that motion that you need, okay? So don't worry about it, because the way you strike is the ball needs to be able to do momentum the way it's supposed to and transition into its roll phase, and that's what causes you to strike. You also really want to look into a ball with a core for something like this because it helps out a lot. Pin-ups are really helpful because they go farther down lane. So check this out. Basically, just like that.
Thumb throw.
Alright, so now it's time to throw one-handed with no thumb. So what you need to remember about this is it was like in my short. You don't want to come out of the ball this way, okay? What you want to do is you want to tweak your wrist just like that, and you want to be able to release when you come up, bend your elbow just the same, curl your wrist, come out like that, and let the ball come off your hands like that, okay? So that'll help you increase your revolutions and give you more hook, just like this. So you can see how hard that ball actually hooked. So I'll go ahead and flip the camera around so you can see the approach and how it comes off my hand, all right? And then after that, I'll get you a better look on what it looks like going down the lane. So like I said in the last part, you want to start at the line with something like this, okay? So if you're going to grab your ball, put your thumb hole right over your palm, just like that. Grab the ball so your wrist is straight, like that, and then tweak it like this, okay? And then get used to throwing like that, okay? Just like this. And once you learn how to do that, you'll be able to adjust your speed on how fast you throw it. But that is the primary factor when it comes to hooking a bowling ball one-handed with no thumb. Okay, so it's like I said, take your bowling ball, put your fingers in the holes, only to the tips right there to the first joint of your knuckle. Take that thumb and place it right there on your palm, right here, all right? And then take your wrist, tweak it that way, and this is how you start learning how to not only release the ball the right way one-handed, but also get your revolutions that you need to hook it. Start at the line and do this. So you see how hard that bowling ball hooked? Like I said, your approach will give you more speed going down lane, but this is so you can learn how to release the ball out of your hand the right way without snapping your fingers, and also give you the optimal hook you're looking for when it comes to getting those strikes into the pocket. Alright, so this is the portion of the video that we're getting to, which is the no thumb two-handed bowling. Same fingering position you're going to be using, okay, with holding the ball, but the difference is this time you're going to be holding it with a second hand. Now you're going to hold it however you feel like. Me personally, I hold the ball just like that. You're going to still do the same thing. You always want to bend your elbow and have your wrist curled up like that so that when you go to release, you can release just like that, okay? But the difference with two hands on the ball is you need to let go of this hand just before you finish. When your wrist comes to uncoil towards the bottom of your throw, right here, that's when you want to get rid of this hand and let that one do the rest. It kind of looks just like this. If you've seen any of my shorts, you kind of got the idea, but I'm going to show you anyway. And that's not exactly what I was going for, so I'm gonna do it again real quick. All right, so I'm gonna do another throw since that last throw didn't turn out really the way I wanted it. Now this is not a video of me trying to get strikes or nothing like that. This is literally a video trying to show you guys exactly how to hook your bowling ball. So we're gonna get a little closer to the lane and I'll show you what the release looks like from the line. So this is how you basically want your throw to look. You can position any way you want, but I don't really worry about that. I just kind of come out and always twist like this. I do have my wrist a little bent. Instead of being straight, it's a little bent backwards like the no thumb one-handed throw, but you want it to kind of look like this. Start at the line, bring your elbow back up like this, and when you go to throw, release and throw, okay? You see where my hand slides? Come back up, right here. This is where I'm gonna start losing the tension on this hand and letting the ball transition, just like this. And it'll take you a while to get used to it, but like I said, once you do, you're gonna be able to hook from one side all the way to the other. All right, so now you should be able to get a good idea of what the motions are to be able to throw this ball. I'm gonna go ahead and do another throw at the line so you can see what I'm talking about from the backside, so that you know what your elbow does, how the ball comes off, and you can actually get to see it hook. Now, as you can see, my RPM is about 490 to 530, depending on how I want to throw. And then my PAP is about 6.5 over by about 3/4 down, sometimes 1/4. It does change by 1/2 inch. Not really that big of a deal, especially if it only changes by 1/4 inch, but you got to keep that in mind and make sure you get a bowling ball with a core, because most house balls don't have a core in them, so they won't hook as hard. You see how hard that ball is hooking, and that's because I'm not throwing it as fast as I normally do. But practice those throws, and I guarantee you it'll help, all right? So you guys take care. Hit that subscribe button if you're interested. I'm gonna be doing a lot more bowling because winter time is coming. Share the video with a friend because I know you guys got one out there that wants to learn how to hook a bowling ball, all right? Drop a like on the video if you liked anything about it, and don't forget your notification bell. I'll see you guys later. Just in case you guys are wondering, this is a 36-foot oil pattern with a buffer to 42 feet, okay? So make sure you know what your oil pattern is before you go trying to hook a bowling ball. That way you got an idea of where you line up on the board, all right? Take care.